DK.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Starladder Season 9. I'm LD.
And I'm Gods, and we've got ourselves DK's opening match in Starladder China.
Oh yeah, DK versus CIS, their first of 2 matches on the day. We'll take a very quick look at those matches, guys, and then we'll hop into the game. As you can see, DK versus CIS, followed up by DT versus Tong Fu, and last but not least, LGD versus DK. Probably the marquee match of today, along with that VG versus IG game we just got done casting. But with that being said, Gods, the draft is underway, so without any further ado, we're going to hop on into it.
Yeah, CIS, no Mirana for Ayo. This guy's been hitting arrows left, right, and center. He was kind of like the backbone of CIS, getting some of those upsets in the Cena Cup, but... It's
okay, though. Skeleton King or Wraith King Sniper, still out there.
Absolutely.
They're fine.
DK just had enough of his Mirana. Like they don't care about the Wraith King, the sniper, but they're going to pick up an Ancient Apparition Shadow Shaman, a common support duo as of late, especially when you can get them together. And it's just hard to deal with, like the push of the Shadow Shaman, Ice Blast as well. When it hits you, it's hard to engage into. So, a pretty strong combo on its own.
Yes, most certainly is. As for DK, they get the 2 most favorite supports in China: Shadow Shaman, Ancient Apparition, and they are level dependent. They're not that strong in roaming early, so they're not really the best laning supports in that sense, but Ancient Apparition's still good if you ever try to contest his lane, and of course, once you get level 6, it's very difficult to engage into them, and hard to avoid fights when they drop the wards and they just come at you. So we'll see what does CIS look to do here. They've already got the Invoker, and generally when they run Sniper, it is as a solo mid, so seems less likely that they'll go for a Sniper now. Maybe they'll have to adapt here and go for more of a standard, straight-up kind of Dota.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they pick up the Sniper here as well. And I think the Sniper Wraith King, it's had its moment. It's caused a few upsets here and there, but end of the day, they can't just go to this same combo every game. Teams will either start banning it, we'll just come up with ways of dealing with it. And I don't think it's something that...
It's not that strong either. Like, it was dealt with easily yesterday. Smart
movement, some ganks here and there. You don't even have to gank the Sniper all that much at mid lane. Like, a lot of heroes that he doesn't really match up that well with in mid, so... DK, I don't think they're going to ban either of those heroes in the second ban stage even. They're just probably not that worried about them.
Guys, of course, if you're not familiar with the format, I'll quickly review it. It's just a straight round robin with 8 teams. The top 4 move on into the playoffs, and the top 2 go to Kiev. So, from these 8 teams, only 2 will emerge, and, well, it's a lot of big names. DK, probably the head-on favorites after their strain of recent successes, having won WPC, G League, and doing quite well in the online content, having taken home Cena Cup too. And those should be the favorites here, but not overwhelmingly so. CIS, definitely one of the sleeping underdogs who can cause an upset here or there, but to see them advancing into the playoffs or to Kiev seems a bit of a long shot.
Yeah, for them this is more just about taking that next step as far as improving as a team. Worst case scenario is they don't do very well, like they win hardly any games. They just should want to be looking to have some solid games against the top teams, against your DK, Vici Gaming, IG, and they should be looking to take wins against your Dreamtime, against Tongfu Guangzhou. So they can definitely improve as a team, but finishing in the top 4 maybe is best case scenario, but I don't see them winning that playoffs against the likes of DK.
Wow, DK will ban Sniper. Again,
Man.
CIS runs it as a mid. I have not... I think they might have run it safe lane once, but every time I've seen the Sniper, it was always Sniper Wraith King safe lane, Sniper solo mid.
Yeah.
Even if they did go Sniper, though, I don't know. I guess these supports aren't that good against him. They don't have great gap closing until they get a blink on the Shadow Shaman, and who knows how quickly that'll come. And they have pretty low base armor. They're fairly slow, so easy pickings for the Sniper, I suppose. But still, it's kind of an odd ban at this stage in the draft.
Yeah, it definitely is. I don't think it's something that would have caused them that many problems, like especially with the
it's
way
like
they play.
A comfort zone kind of ban, like let's force them to do something they're less comfortable with.
DK are playing in their comfort zone though. They get the burning Lifestealer, and Lifestealer is still as strong as ever. And I like how Lifestealer matches up against Invoker. I mean, he does go for the 4-staff and gets the mobility to kite him around, but just being able to not get hit by the Tornado EMP helps out a lot against.
Or
this
a
hero.
Cold Snap. I mean, Invoker's crowd control largely useless versus Lifestealer unless you Ice Wall before he rages. There's just nothing you can do. Or Deafening Blast before he rages, I suppose, but everything before he rages is generally not a good recipe for locking him down. They have the Naga net to help deal with a lifestealer, but this is where I'm looking at DK's draft. They don't have the Mushi solo mid yet, and this seems like a great game to go Puck. Puck lifestealer, you've got great initiation. Invoker is just total food for that combination in the mid game. And that puts a lot of pressure on CIS in their laning stage to try and slow down the Puck. I don't know if they can really do it, but we'll have to see. But yeah, for DK, Puck is on my list, and especially with a Weaver pick, it's just screaming, Puck me! Puck me! That's what Mushi's telling Bernie right now.
Well, Mushi normally does the pucking.
Yuck, 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 yuck.
There we go. You're right, LD. It's going to be a puck, especially with these. He played a lot of Storm Spirit in the Cena Cup Grand Finals, and that's been banned out. So, that was when the banned puck. So it's like, I can't puck, I'll take the Storm. Now it's like, well, I can't Storm, I'll take the puck.
Yeah,
yeah.
And honestly, the puck was going to work out better here anyway up against Weaver. Lincoln's just not going to be useful.
Agree.
Can be decent against Storm, but we'll see. CIS, they've got the Weaver. I guess the only remaining... is this a Naga support? Because it looks like it, right? Yeah, well, definitely now it is. Support Naga, huh? We haven't seen too much support Naga lately.
Yeah, generally played as a core or like at least some kind of a core hero. But no, support Naga need another strong range support to go with this, and I'd love something like a Disruptor. Disruptor works really well against most of this entire DK lineup. If you can get the ulti off, prevent Lifestealer Raging, great against Puck. Squishies like Shadow Shaman, Ancient Apparition also kind of struggle against Disruptor. So I think that's the kind of support CIS should be looking for with this last pick.
And for CIS, we see a lot of emphasis on shutting down this Lifestealer. Naga and Batrider already. Weaver a great carry to deal with him in theory, but it'll just be that game of initiation. If the Puck gets the jump on Weaver, he's going to have a hard time. Same for the Invoker. And if they're able to just focus down this Lifestealer with a lasso initiation, a net, maybe a song while he's raged, they could potentially deal with him, but it'll just come down to how the abilities get used. So far, I don't see any glaring weaknesses in either team's draft, but more just questions as far as who's going to execute better. Yeah,
the Ice Centaur banned out. It's a bit of a expected ban. It's actually
become one of his more preferred offlaners.
Yeah, it's the first choice is the Prophet and second choice is the Centaur. In that Vici Gaming Grand Finals, whenever Prophet was banned out, they were picking Centaur in the first two picks. One of the games was like Shadow Shaman Centaur first two picks. But they get a Bounty Hunter instead, which gives you the track, which is useful against Weaver, even useful against Batrider if you can get it on him so you know when he's kind of in position to blink less you.
Yeah, and it's where you can dodge the Naga net if she doesn't have detection placed before it flies. And sure, you can buy sentries, by dust, but Bounty Hunter's pretty... It's just... CS isn't really that good at killing Bounty early. Like, they don't have that much damage. Naga's gonna... If she takes Ensnare early, won't have any, so... I think Ice should be able to do a lot of work, and what's worse for CIS is if their Batrider rotates off the offlane, Bounty Hunter can just ruin his day in the jungle. So I think this Bounty pick has a lot of potential to disrupt the Batrider and the supports of CIS.
Well, we'll see what CIS get for their last pick. Doom was actually banned out by DK, so worried about another core hero being picked up, and it's going to be an Earthshaker support, so...
Oh, I'm excited. I don't know if it's going to work, but I love me some Earthshaker.
I'd like to see him just like upset DK by just channeling some of the creep waves, like do some of those little tricks where you send creep waves to Ancients. I think this is the kind of thing you have to do to put DK off tempo, because if you play a standard tempo game against DK, that's something they're just going to be better at. They'll get their levels. Mushi will get his 6. He'll start ganking around the map. You'll look at Burning with a really fast phase boots and just start wreaking havoc as well. So I think I don't think you can just play a standard game against DK, which is where their sniper strategies kind of worked well in the past.
Well, guys, with all that out of the way, it's time to introduce our teams here. DK, their debut in Starladder China. Some of you after day one said, where's DK? Where's DK? Is DK not playing Starladder? No, they're playing, guys. We got them. And we'll introduce them now. Of course, these are your WPC champions. They are just filled with stars from their old teams. Lamb, that former Rattlesnake star, Dai, a fantastic carry player in the olden days, and today a very stable support. Of course, we've got Mushi handling the puck, the captain, the commander of RNG Sports for a long time, and Burning, well, he's most known for his play on this DK squad, as well as the original LGD, and Ice, veteran leader for Zenith back in the day. So you really look at DK, and this is a team, there's not even anyone close to a rookie. They're all veterans.
Yeah. Everyone's been around for such a long time. There's no lack of experience here, but we'll introduce the team who has a lot of unfamiliar names. These guys, as far as experience goes, have next to none. We'll see June playing the carry Weaver at bottom lane, Ayo on the Earthshaker, Riuli playing the Naga Siren. Mid lane's going to be Inflame on the Invoker, and then finally in the offlane is going to be Demons playing the Batrider.
It really is interesting, though. It's very much a battle of experience versus just youth at this stage. CIS, they've been playing for a little while in the amateur scene, but these are not household names, and certainly not for more casual Western viewers.
This is a good. I mean, this is always where you want to start your campaign against these teams. On these, I mean, for Signer Cup, it was one of those smaller online cups where it's like, okay, you're not playing with a whole lot of pressure, you're expected to lose. They're not just suddenly jumping onto playing DK in like a LAN environment in a high intensity. For Starladder, it's that next step up where you are qualifying for a LAN tournament. It's a much bigger deal than something as small as Signer Cup, but it's still a setting where they're playing from their team house or whatever it may be, and hopefully somewhat in their comfort zone, and at least feeling like they don't have too much to lose in this match.
Absolutely. And so CIS, with the youth at their side, maybe they can outlast DK here, and that's going to be a tough battle. But we saw Ice scouted behind the tower. He saw they're going defensive tri-lane, so at least the Naga Earthshaker, and they'll immediately plant a sentry, blocking off that initial pull camp. So crucial for this fairly level-dependent and farm-dependent lineup. Your Earthshaker, you'd at least like Arcanes and then towards the Blink, and Naga will need her level 6, but Ice dropping Observer Wards in the enemy camps. Wow. He's starting with Boots first, and there's a Sentry. And the one nice thing about the Sentry blocking the camp is they've got to blow a Sentry to deward it, and that's one less Sentry with which to actually kill the Bounty Hunter later on.
Yeah, that Observer was planted to stop Earthshaker doing any shenanigans. And they even blocked the Ancients. DK were expecting some Earthshaker shenanigans.
And what are they going to do now when he does this? There's really nothing.
He wasn't even planning to do anything with the Earthshaker. They actually may get a kill on Ice. They've got just the one Sentry Ward. There's an Ensnare as well. He needs to Tango on through. I think he may be okay here.
There's a Sakuchi cooling down soon, but
he's got Boots.
The creeps really worked against them. Like, the creeps saved Ice.
Top. I missed it too. Don't worry.
Oh, he barely lived. But your Batrider in the offlane. Looks like it was just the shackles into the right clicks coming from the Chilling Touch, and down he goes.
Both offlaners with the Boots first.
Well, it's guys, it's not just for the Earthshaker, it's also for the Bat if he tries to rotate into the jungle. He won't be able to stack now. So his Woods is not available.
Yep, absolutely.
It gives up a First Blood, can't transition into the Woods, and the Bounty Hunter pick seems really, really strong right now to deal with this lineup.
I think a lot of its CIS just have such a weak trialing. 2 melee supports.
That's true.
No damage output. Like, level 1 Fissure's not really much damage output. You've got an Ensnare as well, so until you start seeing Riptide...
He's got Boots here. Is he diving for the kill? No, not quite. The Boots to no Boots advantage, but...
Yeah. He may go looking for a Courier soon. Because that Courier, it's still going to be a ground Courier for some time. It's going to be heading out towards mid lane with a Salve. Is he going to scout this out in time? Because this is one of the things that Bounty Hunter excels at, is killing Couriers.
Well, not when Inflame's at the tier 2. So he'll play it safe, but he might get a Salve cancelled. Oh, no. Oh, no. Humanity. Ice.
Taking a lot of damage.
Sunstrike? Just short.
That would have killed him.
If he didn't have the Boots there, that's a First Blood.
Yeah.
But that's the damage done. Your Invoker just ferried himself a Salve. They've got to blow a second. They even send the Earthshaker towards mid. Batrider's got nothing out of the Woods. He tried to stack, or actually didn't even, just rotated mid. Missed what would have been a failed stack anyway. This is just not going well. They might find Lamb, though.
Lamb's gonna be in trouble, yeah.
There's a Fissure block available. He's been somewhat trapped out. Should be going down here, but the First Blood already went DK's way. Juking here. Jiving. No. Oh, actually, there's no sticky napalm. He's only level 1.
Oh my god.
That's almost always a kill, but...
Yeah.
It's a Boots Bat to a no Boots Ancient Apparition, but with no sticky napalm. Can't get the kill.
CIS is struggling. Nothing's going their way.
And now Ice back to bottom. He's driven the Earthshaker off the lane, and
he's out of regen though, so he can't really.
There's no sentries or dust. I guess he might need to go base once, but at that point he can just freely contest the Woods.
I think he might go base here after stacking the Ancients. Yeah, he'll stack the Ancients. Probably go home. Maybe bottom lane's already pushed out, so there's nothing really to leech there. So I think he just goes base and then TP's back to a lane.
And then while that's happening, Mushi should have a big edge mid. Inflame got denied a Salve. He hasn't even got his Boots yet. And Mushi's posting up. He's got a Phase Shift available. Pop it now. Sunstreak will connect the Fissures there. Punished for his aggression by Io.
Nice play.
Oh, Mushi, he's thinking, hey, this Invoker is just getting trashed mid because of my Bounty Hunter support.
Yeah.
But they were waiting for him, and Mushi's aggression gets punished. And now they smoke. Yep. That's a big turn of events.
Meanwhile, Ice did just deny himself to the Ancients there. Just get back to base a bit faster. Bought a Salve, so he didn't bother with a TP scroll. And he's ready to go out and just be annoying again. He's probably just going to stay bottom to get some levels as well as a farm here, hopefully.
They're going in mid on Mushi, though. He eats a net to the face. He just used the orb to farm. He might go down again. Sunstrike. Got him. One more right click, but actually Invoker was forced back. I thought he would chase that, but now the supports are coming.
Well, I don't know if AA Shaman can really go on this. He can shackles into Cold Feet, but...
That's a very short-range initiation, and they have no points in Hex either.
Mushi's hoping for the 4-minute rune will get it.
Oh, the luck.
I guess Ice was camping bottom, but the Radiant supports would have been there to force him to pick it up, or to basically prevent Mushi from getting it.
Yeah, and Mushi needed the bottle charges. He needed them badly. Had no tangos, no salve, was low on HP. But now he's fine. And meanwhile, the pressure mounts top. We'll see Burning and MMY working on the tier 1, and the rotation comes bottom. They might be a turn here. Is there detection? There is a dust. They'll need to pop it now, and Ice caught out with the swarm. Should be going down. Fissure completes the kill. Meanwhile, top Demons, Firefly, still healthy. Tries to draw this creep aggro off, but he's really got to be worried about just an open wounds into right clicks.
Yeah, this tower's...
Meanwhile, mid lane, Mushi's diving. He's found Inflame, but the Cold Snap comes through. Orb completes the kill, and Mushi's persistence pays off. As soon as he saw those supports going bottom, he knew it was safe to dive mid.
Yeah, didn't even need to use the Dream Coil, so... Smart play from Mushi. He's out of HP, out of mana, but it looks like he's bringing the courier mid, and he can just bottle Crow. Pops a salve and send that bottle back to base, get it back, and ready to go. So he's all over this mid lane. He's just outplaying the Invoker more than anything.
He's had some help, but then again, so too is the Invoker. And that's where Invoker, seen to support Skank bottom, needs to play conservatively. Because as soon as Mushi sees them diving, he's just, hey, there's nobody here to back you up. I can dive you.
Ice has been just hanging bottom lane, not really contesting the farm of Doom, but more just he needs the levels at this point in the game. So he wants to just get that track online at some point in the first 10 minutes of the game, and then he'll look to be annoying. Because at this point, these Radiant supports can kill him a lot easier now that they've got a few levels and have much better damage output.
Still they're level 2 and 3, and already MMY has hit 4 and change, working towards his wards.
Wow.
DK supports are definitely out-leveling the Radiants for now, and that could be a real problem later on.
Arcane Boots on MMY as well.
Oh,
I think he got the first blood, which is where, yeah, that's where.
And they've also taken the tier 1 top, so they've got the tower advantage there as well.
But the 6-minute Arcane Boots on a support adds a lot to your team. It means you can just get aggressive. Burning can use his mana a bit more recklessly, and you can just play.
Look at this commitment to the top rune. They have spotted out MMY. He walks back in. He's actually going to hex a Forge Spirit. Interesting, but Mushi on the retreat. Is there a Cold Snap? Can't get in range for it. But Batrider's still pursuing MMY out. Should be burning down. Tries to juke. Not running this time. And will fall. Well, the Hex on the Forge Spirit not helping him too much there to escape.
No.
I think he just saw something and was like, shit, I'm in trouble. Panic.
Yeah. Especially with Mushi getting cut up by the Fissure. It looks like Mushi's just going to wander back home. He's got Coil and he hasn't used it yet this game, so he's probably thinking, I've got to make something happen, which is going to involve healing up, TPing to one of these side lanes. He could even look to maybe go bottom and kill off the Weaver.
Oh, definitely. The one thing, though, is this Weaver, well, actually sitting at like half HP. Yeah, they could kill him, but he'll TP back mid.
Supports a smoke for CIS. They're going for maybe
another smoke.
Backstab on Ice.
They've got
one
left.
If they're not careful, they'll get revealed by this AA.
They'll narrowly avoid him, and they've gotten Abina's movement bottom.
Yeah.
But they're not really a hero they can kill by themselves. Not easily, anyway. And with Mushi available to TPN with the tier 1 still online, that would be a very dangerous go. They'll settle for bottom. They go for the Fissure here on Ice. Is there dust? There is. The net comes out. They'll get the kill again.
Really nicely played. Yeah. These CIS supports, I mean, are a really weak support duo, but they're just playing well and executing the combo to the best of what the heroes can do and finding the kills they need on Ice.
And they're actually doing it without Invoker. We have yet to see a Sunstrike in these ganks, only when he's really fighting mid. So they've got some additional artillery backing them up, and I guess the big concern here, though, is going to be MMY, who's just been stacking the jungle like a fiend, but Bat comes in and wants to steal it.
Yeah.
And Mushi says he's had enough of this.
Yeah, he's going to go for this kill in MMY, but what he... Okay, no, he's not. It must have been called the rotation from Mushi, because he could get that kill if it was just 1v1, but Mushi coming in would put a spoil to that.
Now bottom lane. There's just a two-man defense for now. I will say when they're not smoke ganking, though, they aren't really getting a whole lot done. Just sitting mid, somewhat pressuring the tower, but it's been a big investment to bring this down. They'll finally take it, though, at long last. The tier 1 falls, and that's some much-needed gold into the Weaver's pocket.
Yeah, Weaver's farming well, not quite up to Burning's level. He's maybe 7 CS behind, but he's still got a lot of farm going his way, and he's got the kills as well to back it up. So 2 kills onto Ice, who's died actually 3 times.
Going Lincoln's against a puck. You don't often see that. Normally you just see the BKB rush, if anything.
It's still okay. Just, I mean, it doesn't help against puck, but it helps against like Shadow Shaman. It helps against Bounty Hunter track spam. It also just helps so much in the laning stage having the regen from Perseverance.
He's not really under harassment though. Like DK aren't sending anyone to right click him or, you know, Bounty Hunter could maybe walk in for an occasional Janata, but you can also get a bottle to deal with that. So it's a big investment. We'll see how he makes it work.
Well, as for the rest of the CIS team, the Invoker's still very quiet. And like you say, these Sunstrikes have just not been used in these other lanes. He is going for heavy Exalt build.
Is he going to buy a Midas here?
I imagine so.
Uh-oh. Our first Infest Bomb, and with track online, and look who's in the woods. Batrider just used Firefly. They're not going to find him, but they might find 2 or 3 mid. This could be trouble. They'd
love to get this Invoker. How many can he actually be caught by this coil?
Just bought his Midas. Hasn't gotten to use it yet, though. The Fissure's going to come out, and right at that moment, they jump in on Inflame. Burning's here at the ready. That's a track kill on Invoker. The trade was the puck, though. Not too shabby. 1 for 1, but track going DK's way. And now they'll lose Ice 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 as well, I think. Yep, make it a 2 for 1.
Great response from CIS. I thought that was going to go a lot worse, but they managed to just burst down Mushi. That was the big thing there.
It was a 5-hero commitment, though, and now the top tower takes about half its health and damage.
Yeah, it's probably going to lose a bit more. Here comes your Weaver. Shadow Shaman does need to be careful. Has got a TP scroll, which he may just want to use right away. Hex TP.
Fissure. No mana. No mana. And no points in Enchant Totem yet. How unfortunate.
Yep. Well, they'll farm up some of these wards here. Bit of damage done by MMY. So DK, I mean, losing out on the hero kills, but they're still doing, as always, just farming well across the board. I mean, DK realized the importance of getting your supports farmed, giving them space to get items as well, and that's something which will really just keep them in this game, even when they're giving up these kills.
And Burning is sitting on 5k net worth, and he's been active around the map. That's almost a completed armor at 11 minutes. This is where Weaver going Lincoln's, he still needs a lot more time before he'll be able to do the kind of things that a lifestealer with an armlet will. So I'm interested to see how aggressive Burning gets, but the window for him to be a high-impact carry, it starts right about now. Armlet's on the way.
Well, DK probably want to just keep pressuring towers. Like, whenever the Serpent Wards are up, send MMY with it and keep going for these Infest Bombs, because that one at mid was under a tier 1 tower, which was probably not the best place to be doing that, but they want to try find heroes who are more isolated, away from towers, and well, CIS actually going to smoke up themselves, and this Naga Earthshaker just keep going for these 2 hero smokes, which I don't really like because they can't kill anyone on their own. The only way this works is if they reach a target where like a teammate is, or they bait one of their teammates like the Weaver, which may work at bottom, but in general this 2 hero smoke combo just doesn't have much killing power.
There's already a track on the Weaver. If he goes in too far, it could end poorly. They will find land with a Fissure. Net to follow. Flame Break's there as well. I think they're going to bring down the Ancient Apparition, and yeah, he will fall.
Okay.
Meanwhile, mid lane, Mushi, under heavy duress from Inflame. He's got no Invoke, though, but doesn't need it. Just runs him down with the right clicks.
Mushi's ult was on cooldown. He must have used
bomb here, though.
Aggressively.
Burning pops out. This will be a track. He'll go in the other way.
No. Track.
No, track.
What am I talking about?
Well, still not terrible. They kill the puck. They also bring down the Ancient Apparition. They are giving up track kills to Burning.
His Midas was not on cooldown.
Ooh.
That's a good
little bit less value.
Yeah, I think it just got delivered to him like right before he died as well. So that would have been his first Midas.
He had just bought it that first fight right before he died. So that's
okay.
That's at least 2 like usages that he's missed out on or just been delayed in using.
Yeah.
Probably adding up to like a minute of downtime where he'd like to have been activating the Midas. So
quite a bit of lost gold. Shadow
really
Shaman does bring down the tier 2, so MMY just being given space and says, "Sweet, I'll just take towers, get some farm." Get my Blink Dagger up in 400 gold, and he's level 8 with a lot of farm right now.
Well, the Shadow Shaman, the one who's having space created for him.
Yeah.
Not so often you see that.
It's Burning creating space for his teammates.
And that's actually a good hero to create space for, because he's almost got Blink. And with Blink Hex, even this Weaver is just food right now.
He's more farm than Mushi. He's the second most farmed hero. He's pulling like the AUI 2000 type farm here.
I like it. They only need the 1 blink. There's no Lincolns out now. Weaver's food for that, and anybody else, of course. Yeah. They get caught, they'll just die. That's another vehicle for the Lifestealer bombs, and hey, just let your Shadow Shaman go in first. Mushi can follow up, but speaking of which, they're diving Rioli now. He actually has Son of the Siren here, won't save him. He pops it, maybe it will. Ancient Apparition ult, just off the mark. He's gonna live the Fissure block.
Ice dead just bottom lane. He got caught out by the Blink Dagger on the Batrider, the first Blink gank of the game. So CIS get a kill. Naga Siren survives at mid lane, and
That's big.
They're up 10 kills to 4 right now, which is, I mean, kind of sounds like they're quite far ahead. They are struggling a bit as far as farm goes, with Burning farming well as DK across the board have a good farm distribution. Like, even though Mushi's not farming as well as he'd like to be doing, his supports are kind of making up for it.
They're really pressing for this one mid. Fissure comes out, but there's a defensive Fissure. They'll have to pop out now and make a run for it, and that's what he'll do. But yeah, the Midas for Inflame helping keep the gold in balance despite not the most efficient usage. And now with the Bat Blink, they've gotten 1 kill. Every time that cools down.
Yeah.
We've talked about DK's initiation, but CIS has some good initiation here as well.
Burning taking a lot of damage at top lane. Cops a Sunstrike. He may actually go down to this Invoker if he's not careful. There's
Wow.
Inflame! Dude, this guy like can add to his resume. Solo killed Mushi Puck, solo killed Burning Lifestealer.
How did he actually die to that? Did he just get cold snapped right when he TP'd in, or...?
He'd already been TP'd in, and he was trying to just heal up by right-clicking the forward spirits, and he Sunstriked and caught Burning by surprise, then ran in with a cold snap. Like, Burning raged off the cold snap, but he was already like 150 HP, and the right-clicks just finished him off.
Wow.
It was really well played by the Invoker. Like, Burning just got a little cocky, but I don't even think Burning was doing anything that stupid.
Well, he was also like half health when he TP'd in, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunate. That's 2 times now they've underestimated this Exhort Invoker's damage output. Well, Inflame making some plays here. Will it be enough? They'll push in through mid. They've got 2 forward spirits at the ready. No Song of the Siren, though. This is a very risky time to go in. Suddenly, your Ice Blast comes out Inflame. He's overstayed his welcome.
Yeah, it's
pretty questionable to force that without a song.
Yeah, that was very, very deep. And now DK will get this T1 mid tower, I believe, so... It's a nice little pickup for them. I think CIS should not try and fight this. They haven't got the Lincolns here on Weaver. They don't really want to bring Weaver into this fight. And
Mushi's hunting, but no coil, so no easy kills to be found. They do have a lasso available.
They got Roche.
Chilling touch into Roche.
Yeah, Serpent Ward's down. They'll go for this one.
Well, they'll do it if there's no response here. CIS, Song of the Siren still cooling down for 30 seconds, and with Invoker on the sidelines, this Roche should fall.
Yeah.
Don't really see them defending it. No Lincolns yet on Weaver.
They scattered out now, but I think it's too late. CIS... Oh,
they maybe can.
DK slowing down. Yeah, DK get...
They've got to be careful here. In comes the Earthshaker. Up goes the Bat. Pops it. Gets the lasso on Burning. But suddenly there's a Blink Hex. They'll try and slow him down. Burning. No rage. He gets sniped again. Brought down once more by Inflame making the plays. And now... Well, they'll try and go for more. Ice has been dusted up. Just pursued out by the Weaver. Brought down quickly. There's a buyback from Burning, though. On the flip side of the fight, there's a Song. MMY and Lamb held in position. They're going to follow this up with a Fissure. No mana for it. He's 12 short. They don't need it. Jams it in with the huge AoE nukes from Inflame. Cleaned up by the Weaver. Another buyback from the Ancient Apparition. Desperately, they contest this Roche. This could cost them the game if they don't get it. Mushi blinks in. Aegis on the floor. Snatched by Mushi. Last hit by the Radiant. But a dunk brings him down. That Aegis already used up. And remember, they bought back on quite a few. Lamb, he just died. Bought back. He'll die again. That's a dieback, but they still did snatch the Aegis.
Weaver's going to time-lapse back in. He bought back time-lapse. He's back in this fight. He wants to try and go for some more. He needs to be careful. He's not quite full HP after the time-lapse.
Can they kill off Burning, though? Burning has Infest.
Not worth the buyback.
Yeah, not really. Mushi's still pursuing him. He's got a silence here. Needs to just find him after this. Can he orb into the silence quickly?
No.
Not going to go for it, but now they're just descending on bottom lane.
I think CIS were like, man, we're beating DK, like, what's going on? And June's like, yeah, let's buy back and keep on going at him. But it was not the right call there, unfortunately. And he could... Ooh.
Track on June. And that was his Lincoln's gold. He's just a little bit short now. If they hex him...
He is hexed.
Oh, and no Shackles. Oh, no. That's a dieback for him as well as the Ancient Apparition. What an unfortunate demise. Had Lincoln's Sunstrike off the mark. That's a frustration Sunstrike almost.
Man. CIS were doing so well. They were dominating that Roshan fight, but DK... I mean, they used the buybacks and everything, and at that point, they should have... Okay, it sucks that Mushi took the Aegis there, but like they just need to back off after getting the Roshan. Even with Aegis being snatched, they didn't want to commit to that fight.
They did get the Roche kill, at least some gold their way, but DK are getting trackled, and they're getting the big experience boon off of that engagement. And we can see it in the levels here. The 3 cores all 10+. Although, to be honest, CIS still doing well. The Midas helping out. The kills the Weaver was fed. Kicking in. And I think that for them at this point, the key thing's just going to be smart fight selection. They've been pretty good about it. That was the first slip up, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Well, this game on here. We've got no Aegis on the playing field. 3k gold advantage going DK's way, but... As far as net worth go, we have got our Weaver very close to his Lincoln Sphere, and more than anything, that was this Weaver's level 13. Like CIS have an experience advantage.
He desperately does need the Lincolns though. Like he's just very easy to catch out. There's a blink hex, but MMY quickly eats a fissure to the face. Suddenly the war trap onto Inflame drops on the backside, and then they'll clean up another. The Ancient Apparition, not long for this world.
DK's lost 2 though. This has so far not been favorable for them. Earthshaker looks like he may go down.
But they're gonna get one back. They'll get IO here, make it a 3 for 3, and there's track gold going their way as well, and Ice lassoed up. There'll be another kill. This Weaver, Lincoln's online, suddenly 600 gold. He just got like 1,000 gold off of that fight.
Yeah. Even though DK are getting...
Who's actually got the track gold? Are we sure it's DK?
DK are getting track kills, but CIS are just getting more kills, and
Weaver's the one getting all of these too.
This is also where the gold graph is a bit misleading, because it doesn't actually show the gold lost, which is like the buybacks, which is mostly DK. The Weaver used the 1 in that fight, which was a bit unnecessary, but he makes up for it pretty quickly. He's got his Lincolns, decent time, 19 minutes in.
Yeah, this is with him with a dieback. Without that, he would have had the Lincolns at like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
that's an insanely fast Lincolns, and he's not rushed it either. He went for Tequila and Treads and Magic Stick first, so really impressive farm and good fight participation from June. By no means is CIS out of this game. Sure, they've been on the back foot a bit, but with the Midas, a natural Hex carry and Invoker, really good late game team fight from Earthshaker, Naga, and Bat. If they can farm like 1 blink on Earthshaker, a Hex on Invoker, and a damage item on Weaver, they transitioned very well into the late game.
The DK supports may have like alright farm, especially the Shadow Shaman, but they're still squishy. Like a level 9 Shadow Shaman, level 8 AA. You're against a level 13 Exort Invoker. You're going to be against... Even Earthshaker's hit level 10. Like, as a support, that's pretty handy, especially when he gets his Blink Dagger. He'll have that level 2 ulti, probably. So, CIS have big levels and can just use that to their advantage in these fights. They're just a bit naturally tankier, not to mention have these high-level spells.
Mushi's not been having a fun game. Forced to go for a Force Staff, Boots of Travel, just not having that powerful start where you can just rush something like a Scythe of Vice. But will be nice if he gets Fissure Block. Will be nice if they try to Blink Lasso him, so... I still think Force Staff's a pretty strong choice.
Yeah. Well, we'll see this tier 1 mid tower for DK. That's going to go down. That's denied or last hit. There's going to be a glyph come out. Track goes onto
But Mushi's not here. He's all the way back at the Ancients, so not sure
Naga
what that's
Illusions will
about.
finish off the tower. Oh, no, never mind. Bounty Hunter gets in for the deny.
Still taking that tier 1 down. The next Roche is not too far off, and it's an important tower to have off the map. Still, there's the Boots of Travel buyback at Mushi's side, so we may see DK with 7 lives in the next Roche engagement anyway.
Yeah, that's not having that tier 1 mid tower though means that when they buy back, you're not TPing directly to the Roshan pit. You're just that little bit further away if you're TPing to the tier 2 mid or the tier 2 bottom.
Yeah, there's no Treants here. There's no Necronomicon minions as of yet, so no easy way for anyone to go back.
Top lane.
Foil, top lane, onto Inflame, caught out. The initiation comes from Mushi, and that'll be the death of Inflame. He's had some really impressive performances in the fights, but he's also just been picked off quite a lot. 7 deaths already. Demon probably dropping here, ticking down slowly, but now I think it's going to let him get out safely with the Song of the Siren. The turnaround comes, traps himself, does a decent amount of damage here to the enemy heroes. Suddenly Mushi on the backside, June. No pursuit, though.
Okay. They saved that pretty well. At the end of the day, they...
1 for 1. But they did lose the Invoker.
Yeah. That's
pretty
much bigger loss, but... the fact they kept Batrider alive there and turned around, like, after losing the Invoker, it's like you've already lost like any 1-for-1 trade, but as far as
Good
that skirmish
control.
afterwards, that was fantastic. They kept Batrider alive, they got Weaver another kill, and Desolator coming up in the next few minutes if he keeps on farming and finding these kills.
And DK are not building much lockdown for him. They're really counting on the Shadow Shaman Hex.
Yeah.
There's no Abyssal Blade on the Lifestealer. Mushi's not building a Hex.
Puck
so.
can still, like you mentioned, you want BKB against Puck, and that's where this Weaver, if he gets jumped by a Blink Puck with a Lifesteal Infest, he's dead.
I agree, but in the team
HP.
fight, CIS have really good counter initiation, Fissure and Song. So
it's more he's very gankable by the Puck, especially Boots. Like we saw happen to Invoker, that could happen to this Weaver.
Absolutely. If he's off on his own, he's dead. If he's with his team, though, I think they can keep him alive. And
that's where Lincoln Sphere is almost a better build. Is for the team fights, you're more gankable, but hey, it's not too bad. There is a gank coming top though.
Mushi's
just what we
packing
talked
a
about.
payload. The Blink Silence is there. Lincoln's won't save you, June. If he doesn't run right now, he sticks around. That could be his death. Blink, Silence will fly, but he gets off the Sakuchi in time.
No, he
didn't
silence.
What did he just coiled first? Like I thought he would. You see a spellcast, like okay, that's a Blink Silence, but not well executed.
You want to Blink Silence and then coil. Yeah, just so you he can't run away, walk away. Because the open wounds is useless in that gank. It's all about the coil keeping him in place with the rage.
Well, you want to open wounds him afterwards, but that's just not the first spell.
Well, you can't get the open wounds off because of the Lincolns.
That's true.
You have nothing to break it, so you may. It's just wasting time casting it more than anything. But
Firefly's gonna come. Oh. Demon's looking for Mushi. They know there's no coil now.
I think DK may have to give this one up if they're not careful. Mushi gonna force stuff in and then orb out. Bit cheeky
trying to
be
snarky, but
that's an ice play if I've ever seen one.
Oh, you can't the two 1v1 champs.
Yeah,
rubbing off on each other, but CIS really making a statement here, just keeping it this close against DK. That is impressive. Whether they go on to win or not, but honestly, God, they can win this. They really can.
Yeah, very much so. This Invoker's getting more and more farmed, and late game Invoker's pretty damn scary. So.
And DK's late game is good, but it's not amazing by any means.
Yeah, Bounty Hunter not really the best late game.
And it's not like there's an Ags on Lamb. We're not going to see the really fat Ancient Apparition. There's a lasso. They found out Burning to start this fight. They fissure him. He gets pushed around by the Flame Break. Does manage to rage, though.
They don't have the follow-up damage. Maybe if they had Invoker with, like, a Chaos Meteor there for him, but...
Or, like, a Hex eventually, but he's just not very far. Mushi comes back in. He has a coil at the ready, but there's always just the Song of the Siren.
Yeah, I don't think you want to be Blink lassoing on Burning in a team fight under an enemy tower, because you can't really follow it up onto the tower. But hey, they get out, they don't lose anything. They keep farming.
And these lanes are pushing in. That's going to be Demons working towards his BKB.
Yeah.
In the mid lane, Io getting close to a Blink, and now he's level 11, so now that Echo Slam really can turn the fights. And your Weaver Desolator should be coming. I'm
surprised these bats are, like, we saw one bat yesterday do this same Blink BKB. The force staff is
so important.
If you hit a force staff at top, maybe you can get Burning because you force staff back. You have to bring him to the Earthshaker because the lasso alone is not enough chain stun. You need the Earthshaker with Fissure as well as Totem and everything else in.
Oh, completely missed that. Just a solo kill by Burning on the mid lane.
But yeah, unless you like force staff Burning into your Earthshaker for a Totem plus Fissure, maybe even an Echo Slam, you're not killing him.
Well, that's pretty unfortunate, though. Earthshaker was getting close to his Blink Dagger. That's going to slow him down a lot. And he doesn't have the track hold on his side. And also, it's Roche. What timing from Burning. Making plays as the life stealer. Very impressive.
Yeah.
And now Mushi comes in. If they get this Aegis, that'll really allow them to dive for the next set of kills. And I think they will. CIS don't seem like they want to contest.
They can maybe scout that. They scout that with a Sunstrike, but... Well, DK's struggling a bit to bring this down, so... Do they go with this? No, Song of the Siren on cooldown, unfortunately, as well. So.
Yeah, they really can't contest that.
Weaver's going to farm his Deso bottom, and they'll just wait it out.
Burning with the plays. Well, Ice will work towards a BKB. He's already got enough Vlads for Burning here. And Mushi, I think at long last we'll see him work towards the Hex. Even late, still worth the pickup. Especially versus this Weaver. Gives them another way to break the Lincoln Sphere as well. Although you'd rather not use the Hex for that, but we'll go on Demons.
Knocking an Ice Blast, I think, missing. I didn't quite see where it landed, but it looked like it was probably heading top to look for that kind of combo gank.
Oh. Just a very spammable ult.
Yeah.
Just throw it out. If you find somebody great. If not, no skin off your back.
And there's the BKB up now for Batrider, so... That gives him, I mean, he can engage a lot more, I guess, fearlessly, but Force Staff is just so nice because you get away before Shadow Shaman can react and hex.
It's almost like a counter-initiating Batrider. Like, Burning goes in with Rage, and you just blink BKB and lasso him, trying to wait out the Rage. It feels like less of an initiating.
He dies to, like, Puck Shadow Shaman so easily. Like, those fights around the Roshan, he just got destroyed by AA ulti plus Puck.
Yeah, so a lot of nuke damage and just lockdown as well, so... He'll get the BKB, Weaver will pick up the Desolator, and... Now we'll see them probably look for a fight fairly soon. At the same time, I feel CIS are in very comfortable position late game, so they don't need to force this too much against the Aegis. Burning's gone for a mid-game build. They will spot him out soon with the Invoker peering around the tree line. But yeah, just farm your Hex on Invoker and your Force Staff on Bat. Naga can get whatever, a Force Staff, the Earthshaker Blink, and your Weaver just gets another damage item, maybe a BKB. CIS is fully equipped to take this late game.
Yep. I think Weaver with a BKB will suddenly become really scary in these fights. Shadow Shaman does have the Ghost Scepter. AA is building towards a mech, but even here, like a hero like Puck, if he gets stunned once by an Earthshaker Fissure and you right-click him with Weaver, will die very fast.
And if it goes late enough, it's where Burning going for all these mid-game items could come back to haunt him. Weaver's going pure late game. Lincoln's into Deso. There's no Abyssal Blade out. Obviously, he'll farm towards it now, but He'll have to start selling some of these items, just not necessarily as efficient. But the good news for Bernie is he's got track hold to help him keep up.
Yeah, I just worry. DK don't have a late game lineup. Like I'd say Invoker's a better late game hero than a Lifestealer even. Like this is just not a late game oriented DK lineup.
And they also just don't have the right items right now. They don't. Ancient Apparition Ags would be huge for them going late. Maybe a Hex on the Puck, but they're a long ways off from those.
Right,
they do take a tier 2 bottom though. They've got Aegis and they're using it.
Demons went in bottom lane with a BKB looking for a lasso. I don't think he wanted to find a lasso there because he was alone.
We'll hold that thought because top lane they're looking for Inflame. He's going to force that Ghost Walks, then 4 staffs out. They did not track him.
Okay.
Is there any detection here? Ice, nothing. Mushi will miss him and didn't have any anyway. Good. Well dodged. Yep. Well dodged indeed.
Alrighty. Well, CIS. They used a 10-second BKB on the Batrider at the bottom lane, but...
And it's cheeky. He's just running by Ice. Who knows, but can't... Oh, he doesn't realize Ice is here. He was invis.
Nearby too.
Now the track. This could be costly. 4 steps to the low ground, but Mushi's even there. There's a coil at the ready. Fissure? Just not going to matter.
Yeah.
That was just pure luck by Ice. Just happened to walk into the Ghost Walked Invoker, but they reacted very well to that one and able to bring him down.
It's unfortunate for CIS. They need this Invoker to keep getting big, like levels as well as farm. Like get a Hex up and even ideally a late game Aghanim Scepter.
It's amazing. He's got 8 deaths and no track hold, and he is still farming all right. He's still up there. I mean, not great farm, but decent. That Midas, man.
As much as he's made some big plays, like solo killing Mushi and getting the kill in Lifestealer, he's, gotten called out a lot.
He would have Hex if you just subtract like 3-4 deaths. Maybe even 2. He'd at least have the Mystic.
He's played very sloppy, but CIS as a whole have played some great Dota. June's been pretty flawless, and the Naga Siren 006.
That's pristine play.
Yeah.
And now a gem. And with these illusions, just go around dewarding. This will prove to be a nuisance for DK. They'll want to work towards their next round of items. Burning probably the Abyssal Blade. No, he's actually going AC. They're really counting on these Puck initiations and the Shadow Shaman, I guess. But not going Abyssal. They're a bit light on lockdown.
This Shadow Shaman.
There's your Hex.
This Shadow Shaman's going to be a lot of their late game DPS with Serpent Wards.
and just lockdown as well. Yeah. There's no Abyssal Blade, but they do have a Hex now, Mushi, and this should be a window for them to force a fight. Age is still online. They've got the Hex. They should be grouping up soon.
Yeah, 3 heroes actually going for a smoke here on the DK side.
They want to lasso Bernie mid. They see him out farming on his own. Demons is thinking about it, but he's got Aegis. This is such a risky play.
Yeah, you kill the Aegis at most, and even that, I don't think it's a real guarantee.
They've spotted some DK heroes here. They'll deward, but they should know DK are all descending mid-June. They'll be spotted out. Illusions come in just to kind of clear out the wave and burning. And Mushi start farming up, dewarding. Just going to patiently wait this one out. Yep. Naga's got a gem. Or she did. Where'd it go? Oh, gave it to the Batrider.
Yeah, much more useful here to have that on. And Demon's on the high ground here. He sees a lot of this.
It's like, I see you. I don't want to come say hi, though.
Aegis 30 seconds left on it, so...
I think you just sack this tower if you really need to. They're going to go right now, and they're going onto Ice, but he's at full HP. He's not even affected by all this damage. That's your lasso down. That's your BKB down. That's an opening for DK.
Invoker whiffed his Meteor plus Deafening Blast combo as well. That was not the engagement they're looking for. They just lose cooldowns on as well as a BKB charge, but I
guess the good news is it just wastes time and now the Aegis is gone. Yep. But there's also no lasso or BKB. But DK not going to look to fight. So it works out fine. It looked like it might have hurt them, but DK just said, you know what, we don't want to risk it.
DK still have the Serpent Wards. Just the one out of tower left in that mid lane, but they are not finding a way to really break through it. And Bounty Hunter does have a BKB now, so that's going to make him a lot harder to engage on and actually bring down.
June waddling into a whole world of trouble. There's a gem at the ready. They can force staff to break this Lincoln Sphere, and that's what they're going to do. The Lincolns, well, it's enough to keep him alive, actually.
Yeah.
Fissure, just a bit off the mark. I guess that's the one other consideration. Mushi may have gotten this force staff just to deal with the Weaver Lincolns.
That's true. Yeah, you can actually get the Hex
I figured it was maybe just for the Fissure or the Blink Lasso, but it's actually a pretty useful little pickup. And now that he's got Hex, it really is. It becomes very, very powerful. Blink, Force, Hex, and then go.
CIS grouped up now at this bottom lane. They're dewarding. They've got that gem of their own, as mentioned earlier. And well, Weaver 3.2k gold, so he can get that next item up soon.
Yeah, this is where Weaver gets scary. Do you think you go BKB here, or do you just go for another damage item?
Yeah, I think you really need the BKB.
It's just insurance. I guess the concern is Mushi with some fast fingers maybe just hexes you anyway.
Yeah. That's why you just, if that happens and your team aren't there to back you up, like, well...
Your positioning was bad then.
Yeah, and that's where, I mean, BKB won't save him, but damage item also won't save him, so...
Yeah, but it might help you if you get the jump, is the one thing.
Yeah. So, well, Weaver's just going to farm up some Ancient Series, about 500 away from the BKB if he does go for that. As for Mushi, like, he just keeps on farming. He's got the Hex, 1k gold suddenly, and, I mean, why not get more farm? Want to see some refresher puck action?
Refresher?
Yeah. Cloud9, man. They went for one apparently in the Monster Finals.
I think Lincoln's is pretty strong here as well.
Yeah, they're against a Bat Rider.
And an Earthshaker, too.
Lincoln's doesn't help against... Well, you can block Fissure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's they initiated on burning that way mid. Just fissure him through the trees. So. It can happen, man. It can happen. We'll see a Hex for the Invoker.
Yeah.
Despite just the really shaky performance in terms of staying alive, he's still got one. Yeah. That's a key item for them. And now I feel all they really need is the Force Staff on Demons and that one more item on June. And CIS can maybe force a fight here against DK.
Well, it's just going to come down to like who gets the better engagement a lot of this.
They want to force it now. They're not even going to wait. Did he go BKB? Nope. 3.9k gold. I guess he's got the buyback time-lapse at the ready. Yeah. They're just counting on this Force Staff. Straight onto Mushi they go. Now a lasso. Burning pops out, though. He was packing a payload, but Mushi falls off the bat. A 1-for-1 exchange so far. They could song to get out, but there's BKB on Ice 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 driving the Earthshaker back. He's still affected by this Ancient Apparition ult. He'll end up going down, and now they'll lose the Naga, too. 3 heroes have fallen. Mushi bought back immediately, and they just start chasing Ice Ice Ice. He is affected by the Swarm. Familiars, or rather, Ford Spirits are here. Walks into the Ice Wall even, but just not enough to bring him down. Mushi in hot pursuit. Not
a clean kill. They were looking for a clean, let's kill Mushi, puck, get out of there, take no damage, and it was not clean at all. Lifesteal was there waiting, and Mushi's going to find June here at the bottom lane. Does get the silence off this time around.
Doesn't have the Hex yet, or he would go for this kill.
No,
he might go for it anyway. There's a time-lapse in 1 second, though. This could really backfire for Mushi. Time-lapse is ready.
Hey, ulti.
Is he going to be in it? He walks back into it. No! Oh, time-lapse is out. There you go. That was still close, though. Lasso.
Very close.
Mushi, this is a gem down if he dies here. He's really overextended.
Oh, man.
Mushi going full demon with that one.
DK haven't even got Raxes and Mushi's doing this. Oh no, Mushi.
That was a... That's... Mushi is...
Mushi throws.
Oh, dunk mid. Slamming and jamming his IO, but there's no backup. His turn to throw.
Oh, man.
That was a throw into a counter throw right there, gods.
Yeah, there's been times where Orange under Mushi were called the EG of the East, and Mushi showing wide right there.
It was rarely it rarely was him like diving the well though. It was much more just like not ending the game when they needed
saving
to.
15k on anti-mage or
over farming. This is a new way for Mushi.
His Quap refusing to get BKB. That was Winter's personal pet peeve. Like Mushi would never get BKB. Now he joined DK and he goes BKB all the time. Winter's like, you never played this conservative when he was on Orange with me.
Well, maybe Burning's just more convincing than Winter.
Yeah.
When Burning speaks, most play. But for now, this gives them a Basher on the Lifestealer, and Ags on the Shadow Shaman, who, like you said, may turn out to be a lot of their late game damage, unless Mushi continues to find big double damage runes. Lamb still nowhere near an Ags. Well, the game continues, and CIS, despite a topsy-turvy engagement mid, now it starts to get a little tougher for them, but still I hold out hope. They've got a Weaver with 6k. That's a big damage item for him, if he wants it. And I would like to see him spend his gold, though, at this point. At least buy a component.
Maybe thinking he wants the BKB plus buyback?
Are they thinking of going on Burning here? Are they thinking of it? They will. They'll BKB. There's no Force Staff back, though. It's just killing them without the Force Staff, and Burning just rages. He does get ensnared. They're like, wait, we can't actually do this. Let's get the hell out. They're going to pop this on. Everybody, retreat. Abandon ship. Abandon ship. I repeat, this is your captain. Abandon ship, but they're not listening. They're going in on Ice Ice Ice. They're really sticking around for this. 2 heroes track. Now Mushi lunging forward. He's got a Force Staff. Coils Rioli. It's up to the Weaver, who gets hacked, gets focused. He now gets shackled into an Ancient Apparition. But he time-lapses in time. Stays alive. Boy, he could use a damage item real bad right now. Doesn't have it, though. Burning has all the damage in the world. Cleans up one. And on the backside, it's June pursuing
look at
MMY.
MMY.
Wants this kill, while Ice continues to give chase to the Invoker. But a Fissure's there. A Deafening Blast pushes him over the Fissure, keeping him safe. They did lose the Shadow Shaman. And in comes Mushi and Burning. Once again, on to Io. Can't believe they stayed around after that song, but boy, they're paying for it now. 3 for 1. A buyback forced out
June's
from the
gonna run
Naga.
into them now. This Weaver. 6.6k gold.
That
like you
seemed
said.
like a clear, okay, this was a bad engagement song, TP out. And then they're like, let's stay around and see what happens, guys.
Yeah.
That was questionable.
This is one of the games which highlights what a Batrider just how this hero cannot operate without a 4-star.
Does he have? And now no, he doesn't have it yet.
He disables burning for like what? It's 3 seconds. Yeah, 3.5 seconds at level 2, and you're not killing him in that 3.5 seconds because there's no one else There's no right clicks. There's no spells being cast.
And Burning has 3k health and 38 armor. He's tanky, man.
This question. Oh, that's the money being spent.
Yes.
Dude, CIS have balls of steel. This team is like
Wraith Kings. This has been something sorely lacking from some of the Chinese teams, you know.
a bit of flair and a bit of pizzazz.
This is
Some stage presence.
will this be the Havost of the East? June. Havost the only one manly enough to always go Divine Rapier, and then when he really needs to, go 2. And MLG, oh man, never forget. 2 rapiers hitting the deck in the enemy base.
What do you do
Still
when
goes on to carry.
As he said, what do you do when your team feeds? You buy 2 rapiers.
And Mushi, he's used his combo mid. They will kill almost anyone during a Blink Lasso, and especially if they find him like this. Right in they go, Burning! He's underestimated this damage output. This Weaver's gonna chew through him. Rage has already been used. He's just getting caught, focused on. They bring him down once with the Rapier. Can they do it again? That's the tricky part. There's a Deafening Blast ready. Rage still cooling down. Hex him up, focus him down, dunk him in the face. Burning, no Rage, nowhere to run. He'll fall. 1,200 gold and Aegis down, and Mushi to boot.
Has got buyback. Mushi does not. His is on cool. Okay, 30 seconds on Mushi, so he'll have it soon enough. I don't think CIS can maybe get a tier 2 tower or something, but they won't be able to get Raxes. What they want to try and do is force some buybacks here, but without getting engaged on, and that's going to be the tricky bit.
And don't lose your freaking Rapier, man.
MMY position on the side here. He is, well, he just wants to get as far away as possible so he can get the biggest AoE on
I don't
this
know if
Ice
they've
Blast.
got the 30 seconds here. God's 10 seconds. Well,
Yeah.
they'll have to use these buybacks, though.
Mushi can come back any second now. They're going to retreat before Mushi even needs to buy back, which is the smart call here. Batrider's bottom.
Yeah, problem is if you wait until you force it out, you're just dead to a Blink Hex. Then Mushi shows up, kills off the stragglers with the coil.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, though. What balls from CIS. I'm loving it, man. CIS Dota, truly the best Dota.
I want to see double Rapier. That would be, if he does that, CIS my new favorite Chinese team. Like
Okay.
that's
How
that.
fitting is it that their name is CIS? And they're playing like the best of the CIS.
Yeah.
They'll go in with the Hex on Lamb now,
CIS
but this
Dota.
might not be the hero they want to dive. They've got to reserve this lasso for Burning. Burning just chopping. He gets off the Abyssal Blade, and now the Hex. They force him away. They got to keep June safe. If they lose it, it's all over. It's just a 1-for-1, though. Both teams.
Could have time lapse, but I don't think he wanted to go back in there. He's just going to Shikuchi as fast away as possible.
They might chase Mushi. He's got a Blink Coil. He's got a Blink Scythe.
June's spamming that C button and just getting out of there.
Wex. He gets tracked from long range. No! Inflame's caught. The Fissure. No, cancels it. He knows Mushi's going to dodge, but they're just a BKB. The Song's not doing enough here as Ice cleans up one. The Invoker's on the run, but the Song is just not working against all this magic immunity. Gem's dead. Weaver goes bottom, but the only reason he got those kills was the team's crowd control, and without it, I just don't see him defending. They'll need to buy back for this.
Any other buybacks does not look
just
like
the Weaver. Just the Weaver.
DK still have to be careful because they have not got buybacks themselves. Life, okay, Puck does, but Lifestealer doesn't, and they're pushing very deep here. Once Earthshaker respawns in 25 seconds, we've got an Echo Slam coming into play, so it gets tricky.
For both teams, this could be one of those ping pong games where it's like, all right, now we're going to go win the game, and then they overextend and it goes right back the other way. And I do like this from the Weaver, as much as I'd love to see double Rapier. He needs this BKB, but he doesn't have it yet. There's the Hex. Just quick on the Sakuchi. But once he gets BKB, maybe that's the item that turns this.
Yeah, he can fight a lot more freely with it. There's still, if Lifestealer gets onto him with right click and with a bash Abyssal, he'll still die very quickly, even with BKB.
This Weaver can't do it alone. It's got to be a team effort here for CIS.
Yep. Well, June's doing all he can right now. He's earned my respects. Next time we do a carry ranking for Chinese teams, I'm giving him the legendary 4, okay? June is the next 4. That's it. He is getting the 4. He has that. I have that much respect for the guy.
If being a 4 means you win as much money as Savost has, then
Yeah.
I want to be a 4 too. Today we're all 4s, or wanting to be anyway. CIS, they'll try and do some dewarding here, and looks like June. I know a gem got passed around. I think the teams traded gems. Yeah, little gem swap, but end result. CIS are sitting on 1, so too are DK, and whew, we'll try and catch our breath here. Score 27 to 26. Gold. Fairly, I mean, 15k difference is significant. Some of that's gone to buybacks, but it's really not overwhelming here. I would say it's still pretty even.
Oh, Burning gets a defensive item, a fairly cheap item in the Heaven's Halberd here.
I like that.
The evasion helps a lot against this Weaver. Like, that's so much less damage intake coming from Weaver, not to mention...
There's still that Hex, though.
Disarm should break the Lincoln, so then you can actually Abyssal him if you're in, like, a 1v1 scenario.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it's just another way to break Lincolns. It's cost-effective.
Yeah. Or even if you use the Abyssal and it's like, oh crap, Lincoln's blocked it, you disarm him and Weaver's not right-clicking, so... I guess he can BKB it off.
Well,
but
I don't think they've seen the BKB yet. Yeah. But anyway, it's still good for the evasion.
Yeah.
It's still another way to break the Lincolns. Can't argue with it.
Even if you're not using the disarm, the item is... Yeah, evasion at this point in the game is... Weaver, I don't think... I guess he can go MKB next, but that's a long way
And honestly, Manta's not really a traditional lifesteal item, but when Bat blinks in, if you just Manta immediately, it's hard for him to know who to lasso, and that can just win you the game. They do get a DD rune, though, and it goes to Burning, and they're going to walk right into each other. Who gets the initiation? It's Demons who gets caught. The Hex to start, and this fight is over. Song will fall, but without the Bat, they're just not taking it. No buyback yet. They're going to try. Maybe they'll go for it here, but Burning pretty tanky and survivable. They'll time-lapse this Weaver out. He's got to escape. June gonna fall. Gem hitting the deck. Rapier as well. Nobody can even click on the damn thing, and that's 4 dead, and that's got to be it. GG. But give him credit. CIS showed some real backbone and some gumption going for that Rapier.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a fantastic game and showing from CIS, taking on the team that most people would say without dispute are the best team in China and are up there as one of the best teams in the world, DK, taking them to the limit here and doing so in a gutsy way. Like, these guys have really just earned my respect, our respect here at BTS, and I got to say, looking forward to casting more of these guys in the SLTV China division, because they've got some serious flair, and they're a team to look out for.
Absolutely, gods. What a way to wrap up our second game. It does give DK the win. The end result, not a surprise, but the way we got there was something to behold, something for the ages. Guys, with that being said, we've got 2 more matches coming up for y'all. And, gods. Woo! I need, like, a cold shower. There's actually a shower right over there. I might go take one during the break.
All right, LD. Calm down there.
No, quite a game, though. Was a lot of fun to watch CIS. Yeah. And they're, again, not a team I expect to go to Kiev or maybe even make the playoffs, but definitely a team that can take an upset off of anyone.
Yeah, I see them when they're versing like a non-DK team. I mean, they have the potential to do that. They lost to Vici Gaming, I guess, yesterday, so they versed the 2 toughest teams. They're sitting at 0-2 right now, but
it's a bit misleading.
It becomes a much easier road from here on out.
Well, guys, that's only our second match of 4 on the day. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have more Chinese Dota 2 for you. I'm LD. He's Gods. We are Beyond the Summit, and we'll be right back.